I feel like I never think too deeply when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I don't either. That's why I should have said I saw someone else say it. I mean, like I said, I'm just like, I trusted them. I wanted to see them happy. I want to see Jen happy. So I was like, yeah, I like them, you know?
Yeah, I'm down
Um,
with him.
yeah.
But I wanted to touch on her.
Whoa.
Actually, okay. All right, bro. That's a wrap on the podcast. Thank y'all for listening today.
Dog,
What's
you
going
got
on,
it.
guys? Welcome back to the Words from the Nerds podcast. We've been away for a little bit. That is partially my fault. I was, doing a bunch of family stuff. Just kind of wanted to take a break from She-Hulk because it's a garbage show. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. We are going to talk about an episode that we didn't really like very much, though.
Yeah.
But we're talking about 2 today. We got a 2 for you, and we got some extra Marvel news. We wanna make this like a big return episode, even though we just missed 1 week. But that's whatever. You'll forgive us. I
Yeah.
forgive you guys all the time for being rude to us. I'm just kidding. But Aiden, how are you doing on this glorious night?
Um, we're surviving. You know what I mean? Got a lot of behind the scenes stuff coming. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna add this into the episode. Probably heard the intro. Probably heard that intro music, that banger music. We got a lot more stuff like that coming. Just trying to change up the brand a bit. I made that logo. If you're on YouTube, you can see it, or if you're like on Spotify, you can just see the cover. I made that logo thinking it was fire, banger. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, that shit needs to change quick. So we've been working on stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, get a little get away with the moment. Of course, the moment we kind of get away a little bit, they drop everything under the sun in terms of like huge Marvel news. So I mean, that's been keeping me afloat as well. So overall, pretty good. We surviving out here.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. We got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, Aiden
Oh
appropriately
yeah,
changed the background right now.
yeah.
If you're listening to audio only, today is a very special day because the Wakanda Forever trailer number 2 officially dropped, along with tickets going on sale. So if you're listening to this before the movie comes out, which most of you are, copy your tickets now because I'm sure they're
Yes.
gonna go quick. But yeah, I kind of, if we're jumping in the trailer talk, right?
Yeah. So I also wanted to say real quick. Have you ever watched Tenet? The
Yes,
Christopher
once.
Nolan movie with
Yeah.
who was it?
John David Washington.
John David Washington. And was it Robert Pattinson?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, the editor for that movie, I believe she's the editor. Her name's Jennifer Lame. She did Tenet and Hereditary, which, oh, I love Hereditary so much. One of my you haven't watched
Nope.
Hereditary, right?
Nope. I'm not a big horror guy.
A phenomenal horror movie. Like that's one of the only movies that has ever had me scared to leave my room after watching it. It's a great movie. Well, apparently she's co-editing the movie for the poster we have right here, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. So I think that's really cool. I mean, I'm not a huge film nerd, so I'm not going to be like, oh, her editing style was. But I mean, like those are two. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about Tenet and Hereditary. I love, so I'm all for it. I mean, the movie just every piece of news we get has it shaping up to be something phenomenal. So I'm excited.
Yeah. One of the my big takeaway from this trailer was that Marvel needs to take everybody that works on the trailers for this movie, give them a raise, give them a big fat raise, because this trailer wasn't I'll just say right off the bat, wasn't as good as the first one, but it was like a very close second. It was insane. It was just constant chills throughout. I had chills at 6:00 in the morning. Like, what am I doing right now? But it was everything that I could have wanted it to be and more. It just makes me look forward to so many little things that I didn't really care about too much beforehand, like Namor. I know he was going to be a big part of the film, but I don't really know much about him. He's like one of the few Marvel comic characters that I don't know too much about, but this, watching him fly, which that's how much I didn't know. I didn't even know he could fly. I thought he was just a swimming dude, but then he's jumping throughout the air and stuff. Everything is just, absolutely insane. Finally get to see Shuri. I was just gonna go there, dude. Aiden's locked in right now.
Dude.
This suit, I want to dive into this a little bit too, because there's already people hating on. I don't know how you can hate on this. This
No,
is absolutely gorgeous.
dude.
Look at it in all of its glory, and I cannot, but like, so I've heard some people say over designed, which I can maybe, but also not really. The only thing I would say that's over designed is these little white triangles that are like in between the golden claws all across the torso. But even then,
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. But I think the first trailer captured the emotion that this film is going to hold, at least that we hope that it's going to hold,
Yeah.
very, very well. And then this one tapped a lot more into the spectacle, but also still keeping those elements of emotion uh, strung within it. Ah, dude, that
That
when
shot is so fire. Like the purple, 'cause, like the
dude just going to the
momentum coming up.
yes.
It's
Oh my gosh.
it's such a good costume, bro. It's such a good costume. I mean, she looks like a female panther. Like,
Yeah,
you look at Chadwick's old suit and like I don't like how just like masculine it looked, like I don't know how to explain it.
I
He
know what you
looks
mean
like
though.
a Black Panther. Her suit though, like it has like some softness to it, like the small ears, like the roundness on the face, and like the eyebrows and stuff. It looks like it looks so beautiful. I can't get over it. I can't get
It's
over how good this suit
fantastic. It's
looks.
fantastic. One of the trailer editors I saw tweeted on Twitter talking about how proud they were to work on it. And I had to quote tweet him and let him know. And yeah, they actually liked the tweet. And I was like,
Oh
yo, I'm
wow,
glad you saw it. Glad you saw it because you did a phenomenal job. I know
dude.
it takes more than just one person to do these trailers. I saw another person that had worked on it as well. And so I just seriously, I know none of you guys are probably listening, but if you ever do, serious props to you guys. You guys deserve a big raise from Marvel. Tell them, let them know, or Disney,
Yes.
whoever's in charge of you, whoever directs you guys. But anyway, this was absolutely fantastic. Also, I'm excited to see more. There it seems like they're focusing a lot on M'Baku, and I can't wait to see what
Yeah.
they do with him because I know he was in the first one. Obviously, he had a bigger role to play, like he helped save T'Challa and whatnot.
Yeah.
But this one, I there's a lot of speculation, and I could see him dying in this one, but I don't know if that would be the greatest move because there's people talking about if Queen Ramonda might die too with that one
Mm,
shot in the trailer of looking like Namor's about to throw his spear through the glass or something. But
yeah.
there's so many things up in the air right now, and Aiden and I were talking before we started recording about who the villain might be because Tenoch Huerta, I hope I said that right. Tenoch Huerta, who
Yeah.
plays Namor, he said that he is not the quote real villain of the film. So a lot more speculation to be had there, and that's also what excites me.
So you just said that right now, and I feel like a light just turned on. So I remember seeing some like rumors. Apparently, and take this with a grain of salt. I mean, if you don't want to hear anything about rumors or leaks, fast forward 30 seconds. Apparently, M'Baku is supposed to take up the mantle of Black Panther after the movie, and Shuri is going to give it to him so that she could focus on just tech and science. But she's going to take it up for this movie and deal with whatever's going on with Wakanda and Atlantis or whatever. But sorry, I did also hear something about, and this isn't spoilery because this is just speculation. What if the people we see on the boat in the trailers, right? Maybe like what if that's the beginning of the movie, right? They're trying to find like some vibranium, they're trying to find something, and they disrupt Atlantis because we see them like going down underwater, messing with everything. Let's say it sets something off between Atlantis and Wakanda, makes a feud with them, blah 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 blah. But the real villain is the person who sent those boats out there to look for like Atlantis or vibranium, whatever it is. And I mean, we even see like soldiers and stuff with like prisoners from Wakanda like hiding in the background. Um, and I mean, I could be mistaken, but didn't we even see like some Atlanteans like
Yeah, we've
in
seen them.
trouble
Yeah,
and fighting and stuff? So like, what if the real villain is whoever is behind these corporations or these boats, and that could be doom. Like people have been rumoring or speculating, and he's trying to start the war between Atlanteans and Wakandans, and I don't know. I love how Tenoch Huerta said, I'm not looking to step on here and be the first, Mexican hero or villain in a movie and just be a straight up bad guy villain. Think of me more as like an anti-hero. And I just I'm in love with this dude already, bro. Like I'm in love with Namor already. That's such a beautiful way of putting it, especially just like putting his race first, and being like, look, I know you're looking at me like, oh, this Mexican is coming into the MCU and everything. Like, no, I'm not here to be, you know, uh, the first like Mexican on screen just to be a horrible person. Like
Yeah.
I'm here for good reasons, and so I told you before we started recording, everything in every single piece of news and stuff we get um, in regards to this movie is just shaping up to be a phenomenal blockbusting movie, and I cannot wait. Even the poster, I'm getting this and I'm framing it and I'm putting it all over my room, bro. It is a beautiful poster.
That I was the whole time when you were talking about that boat scene, all I could think about was the scene that they showed, I believe, at Comic Con. It was either Comic Con or D23, but actually thinking about it now, it might have been D23. But anyway, that scene where Queen Ramonda walks into the room with all the delegates of the different countries, and
Hmm.
she just absolutely flexes on them. I cannot wait to. I don't want to describe it because if you haven't seen it, you need to see it for yourself first, because it's such a for lack of a better term, Chad move to it was so incredible to see just what they how they're she's like, you think that we lost our protector, or we
Yeah.
did, they lost their protector, we can strike. It's so amazing. And if
Mm.
that's the type of stuff that they're bringing out for this film, oh my god, man. Oh
I
my
can't
god.
wait, dude. Um,
I feel like I can't really do it justice by talking about it. Like, you just have to watch the trailers, and we know we're ready for the movie. I don't need anything else. No more TV spots, no more like 1 minute trailers. I don't need the little stuff.
yeah,
I'm bought in. I am all in for this
yeah.
movie. I
I
don't need I mean, I was gonna see it anyway, but like this just dude, even that shot.
It's
That shot
beautiful,
stood out to me so, like, the first time I watched, dude. Oh my god.
dude.
I can't. There's nothing I
He
can say to enhance it. It's just
like
it's
look at his ear, dude. Even just the attention to detail on that, and like the costume design. Um, dude, he looks
I can already
incredible
tell
just
he's an
staring
amazing
at her.
actor, bro. I
Oh
can
yeah,
already tell, man.
god
Oh
damn it,
my
this
god.
movie is gonna be awesome. And then yeah, even like the Ironheart stuff. Hell,
Yes, yeah.
hell yes, dude. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Oh
Look
my
how
god.
beautiful that set
Dude, yes.
design is, dude.
Dude, this, like, obviously this is a mostly CG shot, and it looks absolutely gorgeous.
Lupita Nyong'o too. Oh, look at that, dude.
Oh my god.
Like I can't wait to sit here in the theater and cry my eyes out, bro.
The
And
shot
then
of
like,
Riri, sorry to cut you off. The shot of Riri with the face up inside the mask. I'm so like, I
dude,
know we haven't been like we've only missed it for like 3 years. Tony Stark's been gone, but I am so glad to have that back. Like, oh my god, it's just, oh
it's
man.
so good, dude. Like look this scene right here, bro.
Yeah, like what is she? What is Mbaku holding her back from? And Okoye's right there. It looks like.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh,
mean, if
man,
that's about Chadwick, like, dude,
it's gonna break our hearts, bro. This movie.
I was thinking, I was like, dude, when we do
Oh,
our,
that looks so heat. That's so
just like
heat, bro.
when we do our Wakanda Forever episode, bro, like, I might fucking cry just talking about it, dude.
Dude,
Like just
seriously.
talking about Chadwick and depending on what they do with like the movie and um everything they touch on in there, how much they touch on. Like I saw a lot of people say like, because I remember there were rumors that they were gonna say that they were gonna kill him off in this movie and say that he died to a sickness. And I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's such a bad way of letting him go. Like they have the heart-shaped herb, or they have all this, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, dude, he quite literally died to a sickness, bro, and he
Yeah.
kept it away from. Why not honor that in the movie? That's such a beautiful thing to do. Yes, the Black Panther got his, T'Challa. he got a sickness and he kept it away from everyone because he wanted to keep Wakanda a nice, happy place
Yeah.
and not give anyone that burden of like worrying about him. I think that's perfect. That's beautiful because that's exactly what he did in real life. And he put himself aside every single time, knowing that he didn't have a lot of time left. I think that's perfect, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I I don't know if I subscribe to whichever I don't, because I've heard the opposite, that he might die in battle as well, and I know that's technically a more honorable thing to do depending on like how you look at things. I don't know which idea I would subscribe to more.
Yeah.
Um, the the sickness one just gives it a more I can't think of the word right now, but somber or uh elegant passing, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, depending on your viewpoint, I get again, I guess it would either enhance it or whatnot for you. But it's a very delicate situation to handle, and that's why we have so many people talking about now, like the recasting thing. And you made a video on TikTok, like comparing like why the Thunderbolt Ross thing, it would be a consideration, but not T'Challa.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm a believer that uh it was a bad situation either way. If they had chosen to recast him, people would have
Yeah.
been up in arms about it back then too, and until this day. But it doesn't matter because that's we're here now. They made this decision,
Yeah.
um, and I hope that it works out. I hope that it's I'm sad that we're not getting more T'Challa stuff, but I hope that this is the right decision that they made for them. So
Yeah. And I feel like it will be, you know.
yeah,
Either way, I'm so excited for this movie. I'm kind of upset after watching this trailer that I didn't make a reaction, but you know who did? Our boy Ben at Aspire Entertainment. He actually
yes,
just dropped it
sir.
right now. I would play it here so that me and you can react to it, but I feel like that's taking views away from his. So if you want to go watch it, go
Yeah.
check that out. Aspire Entertainment. It might be in the link tree down there, but yeah, he made a little trailer reaction. He just dropped it right now and said, "Are you happy, Charlie?" So, all right, but yeah, that's the Wakanda Forever. We'll get into the She-Hulk stuff, and then probably close out on some of that Deadpool
Oh,
craziness that happened over the
yeah.
week. Um, all right, so She-Hulk episode 6. Um, let's see.
Sheesh.
Last time we left off with Daredevil,
The
right?
yes, yeah,
We left
the
off with the
Daredevil
Daredevil
post
tease,
credit scene,
and
or
we did
not
not.
post credit scene.
Yeah, the little
Sorry, I said post
teaser.
credit scene. Yeah,
Um, and we did not get him this episode, which is fine. I mean, she quite literally breaks the fourth wall and says, "Yes, this is a self-contained, wedding episode. If you think it's about
yeah,
a bad time, well, because it is. Weddings happen at a bad time." And I could kind of appreciate that because like she's letting you know straight up off the bat, like without directly telling you, "Hey, don't expect anything too crazy. This is." She's quite literally saying, "Hey, this is a filler episode." Because that's kind of what it felt like to me, besides some stuff like character development for Jen, and then some stuff with the Molly character, which I do not trust her at all, and I think she is super shady, and something is definitely going on around there. But overall, I don't know, I didn't really like this episode, and it's not because, oh, no Daredevil, I'm mad, like, I mean, we'll talk about this when we hit episode 7 because I loved episode 7. I think the way they set up, like, hey, yes, we got Daredevil, which I still question that move, like, why tease him if you're not going to bring him back for 2 episodes? But episode 6 did help set up my expectations for episode 7, which helped me enjoy that as a She-Hulk episode more than
yeah.
just like, where's Daredevil, because that's the last thing I want to do. And yeah, so I don't dislike this episode for that reason. I dislike it because it was just weird.
Nothing.
I mean, down, yeah, and down to like the editing and the cuts and the whole entire show. I can't think specifically right now, but there was a lot of moments where I was just like, this is cut insanely weird, and these like client of the week characters I don't care about at all, and I don't find like attention grabbing, and sometimes just like corny. But
Yeah.
I mean, give us your thoughts.
It was a very good premise for an episode. I thought originally starting it, I because I was one of the people that subscribed to. I really thought Marvel wasn't gonna make us wait for him. I thought they were gonna give him to us, but as soon as the episode started and she turned to the camera and said, "This is a self-contained episode," I came to terms with it. I was like, "Ah, dang!" But okay.
Yeah.
And then I think going to a wedding, I think wedding stuff for me always is cool.
Mhm.
I mean, depending on the setting, I guess actually no, I like all wedding stuff, like even down to like the Flash, like that wedding was super cool. But we're not here to talk about DC. That the I think the premise of the wedding in and of itself was cool. But then you add in all these weird instances, like the whole dog thing, like oh you're walking with Jonathan, like that's goes back to the Disney Channel stuff we're
Yeah.
talking about. Like that's like oh I'm walking with a dog down the aisle, yippee, like
Yeah.
nobody would do that in real life. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope. I mean, maybe somebody would, but
It's LA. Who knows? Like,
the things I did like about it were I thought it gave Jen it harped again into the whole thing that I've been talking about with Jen and how she doesn't like herself, and she actually that's not what I was saying. I wasn't saying that she doesn't like herself, but that she feels let down by herself because all these people only care about She-Hulk and not about her.
yeah.
And so this added on more to that because she showed up and then everybody was like, oh my God, Jen, you're so beautiful as She-Hulk. And as soon as she stopped being She-Hulk, they started ordering her around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then so this is something Aiden and I talked about outside of the podcast. That Josh guy who showed up, I was rooting for Josh. And this is slight spoilers for when we start talking about episode 7. I was rooting for Josh so bad. I thought he was so cool, man. I was like, yo, this Josh guy and Jen, they're gonna be great together, bro.
Hell
Jen
no.
deserves this. I want Jen to have this. And then Aiden was like, nah, man, I don't trust that Josh guy. I was like, Aiden, bro, you just want to see the worst in everybody. Like, calm down, man. And then lo and behold, Josh stabs me in the motherfucking back, bro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Josh stuff, and then I want to say that I enjoyed the Titania stuff, but I really didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't, and it's just like, what was the point of that? Like, I doubt that's gonna be the last time we see her. I hope it's not, because otherwise, that just seems like
What
such
a
a
weird.
a weird way to end it off, with her
Yeah.
just crashing this wedding and then starting a fight with her
Well,
not for no reason. I guess she's just mad at her, but
yeah. Why was she even there? That's
I think she just wanted to piss her off or something. Like she just and someone actually brought this up to me at work. Someone who's not like into the Marvel space like we are. Why did Titania just bust into the courthouse in episode 1? What was she
yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. She just rams through the wall and then tries to punch She-Hulk. Like what is she
Oh,
doing? And I don't like what that doesn't.
yeah.
That was never explained, and we also don't know how she got her powers still, which I don't know if we will learn that. I mean, it's little tiny things like that,
Yeah.
and I wanted to talk about this because I had sent this video to Aiden, in our group chat, and it was someone talking about how the show, how we've talked about on here, seems like it wants to be like a court case, different court case every week. But then it also wants to have this overarching story, but sometimes it doesn't commit to that. And so it's like you get
Yes.
this weird half and half, but it's almost not even half and half. It's just you get more of the episodic where things don't matter than you do the overarching story. They'll
Mhm.
introduce something that I want to know more about, but then I won't know more about it until 3 episodes later. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't like that. You get me hooked into this one thing. I want to see more about this one thing. And that one thing I'm talking about in this instance is the blood. But I could also bring up
Emil
Daredevil
Blonsky. Well, like
or
even him
Emil
too, because we
Blonsky.
don't get
Yeah.
him till when we're going to talk about episode 7.
Yeah. And it's like, why are you? It's fine if you want to be one or the other, but I just feel like it's really weird you're trying to blend these two things together when they're very opposite things that don't quite work. Because with an overarching story, you're expecting to get follow through with the things that you find out about, whether
Yeah.
that's something that's leading you on, which they do touch on that a little bit. But that's the thing, they're mixing it. They're even mixing those aspects of it, and we'll talk about that with actually, I think it was the end of this one, with the blood stuff
Yeah,
at the
and then
very
she
end, and like,
completely changed to like this laboratory.
yeah, and it's like it's still
Yeah,
teasing us. It's like, bro, you already teased us with the blood stuff, and now you're teasing it more 3 episodes later, 2 or 3 episodes later, and it's like, dude, I want to know more about this right now. Like, you've already made
yeah.
me wait long enough. And so that's where my big problem lies with the show so far. And even with all that to say, it's still not. And I know I'm talking about the show at this point as sort of like an overarching thing. I know it's not done yet, but just up to this point, this is so far what I've taken away from it. It's That's my overarching problem with it, is that it just seems like it can't decide what it wants to do,
Hmm.
and so therefore I can't decide if I really want to buy into it all the way and really enjoy it. I still enjoy it, and that's what I'm gonna when we get to episode 7. I enjoyed episode 7 a lot, and I'm gonna talk about why I did. But this stuff, the path to get there was very rocky and wavy, with almost it's a comedy show, I know, but a lot of this stuff never really made me laugh too much. I know we talked about episode 5. I liked the chemistry between Pug and Nikki.
Yeah,
That was some funny stuff, but beside that, I don't. There's nothing too crazy about this. But I still love. If anything, the one thing I take away from this, actually, not one thing. There's two things. One of the big things I take away from this, Jen Tatiana Maslany, and I know we've said it up and down the street, she's amazing. I want more of her. Put her in every single MCU movie. I will be there. I will love it. I will show up just for her. She's absolutely fantastic. Seriously, the way she just carries the scene herself by talking to the screen, just to show her with her charisma and personality showing.
yeah,
It's something I want to attach to. It's part of the reason I'm still watching, is for her. And so I
yeah.
hope that we talked about this before starting recording. I hope that she's in Captain America 4, because with
That'd be
Leader being
awesome.
in there and everything, I want to see more of her, and I can't wait to see her in Secret Wars, which I can only assume she's going to be in Kang Dynasty, that type of thing. I really,
Yeah,
really want more of her because she really is fantastic. The second thing that I really stick to with this show, and I still give it props for, and this isn't my idea. Somebody else said this, and I just completely agree with it. I made a video about it. If anything, the thing that this show has done has made the MCU feel a lot more lived in. Makes it feel more lively and more full than just the main characters that we've been following.
yeah,
Which I think the only other project to do something like that, well, I guess you could count Guardians as well, because like they deal with space stuff and whatnot like that. But like Spider-Man Homecoming, dealing with like everyday New Yorkers and helping the
yeah,
little guy, as he would say. But this, like, we do certain little court cases with this Mr. Immortal guy, which I didn't really care for that
yeah,
myself. But it still shows that the MCU has more to offer than just you know Iron Man, billionaire,
yeah,
robot flying around, Vision, that type of thing.
yeah,
But and so that's overall, like, those are really good things. If anything, that's what you want from a show like this, is you want your lead, you're introducing a new character, you want that character to stand out and wow people. And they did that 100%, I think. It's just
yeah.
everything else, the other intricacies surrounding her, I don't really care so much for. It's like I love that she's a lawyer, but it's the cases that they so far have had is just not interesting to me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't grasp me at all. Like anytime we cut back to Mr. Immortal, I was just like, dude, I don't care. I don't want to see this. Just show me, like, even if I don't like the wedding stuff, show me more of that. Like, I take that at this point. Um, yeah, I totally agree though. I have right here, Jen is carrying the show on her back with her acting and her line delivery. I
Yep.
think she makes me laugh the most out of everybody, and that's not just because she's in the front of the show. It's like when we cut to Nikki and Pug, like, yeah, there are some things, but then there's other things that are just like, eh, But when we cut to Jen, like the way she delivers these lines and like her comedy, it's amazing. I will say the one funny part was when her friend was like all drunk, and she was like all happy to see her, and she hugged her, and she was like, "Oh yeah, huge boobs, congrats, whatever." I was like, I
Congrats,
started
whatever.
dying. She's like, "Yeah, congrats, whatever." I thought that was hilarious. But then they like bro, one of the cringiest lines in here is like, "Oh, they said something about Team Jacob or Team Edward." I was like,
Oh yeah,
what is this, bro? Like, what is this? Like, are we on
it's
Disney
so
Channel?
old. It's like
It,
nobody talks about that stuff anymore, man. It's
exactly,
not even like ironically.
dude. And that's the thing. I just watched Booksmart last night. I think they did a fantastic way of showing us teens and making a movie about high schoolers that felt like high schoolers and felt like I was listening to One Take podcast and they were talking about the movie and they said I like how like you don't have people over here doing the floss and shit. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like you
yeah,
don't have
yeah,
anyone dance over here like, oh, is this cool nowadays? Like, I really want to know if Olivia Wilde got people that like got younger people to kind of step in and be like, oh yeah, no, this wouldn't happen, this wouldn't happen, because it feels like we're watching teenagers. Like that feels like dumb stuff that my high school would do whenever I was a senior. So to see that and then to see stuff like are you Team Edward or Team Jacob? It's like, dude, who is writing this? Like,
yeah,
like, or just straight up come out and say, hey, this is gonna be for the younger audience. Like, just come out and say that. Um, but that's the thing. I feel like they kind of struggle to find a balance between like our humor, adult humor,
yeah,
versus Disney Channel humor. Like, it happened a lot last episode in episode 5, like when there's like, I can still see you, you know that, right? It's just like pick one or the other. Because sometimes it doesn't work for me, and it's not like it's a huge deal breaker, but I'm just kind of like, okay, like come on.
yeah, yeah.
Especially
It's
Titania, especially Titania.
yeah, yeah. Really, truly, and I don't want to say like I don't want to see her again because I do. I want to know more about her. It's just everything they've given us with her so far is just not, compelling.
Yeah,
Uh, Not that it has to be. I get what the show is going for. Again, we talked about it multiple times. It's just you should still make those characters in, especially if they're going to be through line characters that we're going to see multiple times. Like you should make me happy to dislike them because Jen dislikes them, and that type of thing. And
yeah.
I just don't. I don't feel that. I just find it annoying, like actually annoying to me, not like funny, haha, annoying because that's the tone the show is going
Yeah.
for.
They did try and give her a little bit of like, they did try and humanize her a little bit, like showing her like her what were they, like her dentures or something,
Yeah, that was
and showing that she's like like fake and she's like just really jealous of She-Hulk, but like at the same time I'm just like it doesn't really work for me because I never cared about her and I never liked her enough to feel bad for her right here or to be like it just everyone taking pictures and she just got beat up. It's like, and then she slips and falls. It's like, come on,
yeah,
what are we
yeah.
doing? What are we doing? Uh, and then like the CGI was very rough in that scene,
Yeah, I think
which I
what I noticed is when Jen like jumped in to the
yeah
actual room, I was like, this does not look
she
stellar.
yeah she just looks like well even after that like when they're in the middle of fighting and they just like focus on her, she's real like choppy. Like you can kind of see her shaking back and forth. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It kind of looks like she's like glitching a little bit. I did think it was funny when she walks in and she sees Josh and she's like all mad and then she looks at him. She's like,
Like, hi.
like that's what I'm saying. Like she brings so much to the character to whereas if it was anyone else or if it was someone that wasn't as good as her in these like in these lines and stuff, it would make the show so much worse. So like I can appreciate her charisma and like how funny she is and how like unique she is because it helps it work for me way more than it would if I did not care about her and if she was
Yeah,
just a bad actress. So, I mean, dude, if I could give anything in this show over a 10 out of 10, it's Tatiana Maslany.
definitely, definitely. Yeah, that's episode
That's pretty
6
much
for you
it.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's we didn't like it very much. I described it originally after watching it as like the most episode of the entire
Yes.
show. Um, I would probably even lower that after this discussion because it's
Yeah.
just there really wasn't much to it. I know like it was like the first fight scene from her we'd had since like I think the Devil Bats. Maybe I
Yeah,
could be wrong about that, but
yeah,
so like that was cool, but it wasn't cool at the same time. I don't know. We're gonna move on to episode 7 now, because
dude.
I have much more positive things to say about
I
that.
I just gotta say, bro. Okay, first off, we're gonna touch on this a lot more. They're bringing back the stuff from Miss Marvel with the text messaging and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Absolutely love it. But the first, like the little montage with the music, dude, that was
Wait,
probably
hold on.
the greatest thing I have seen in these past like 3 shows that we've gotten. I'm not even
With her
kidding.
waiting for the text you're talking about?
No, at the beginning of the episode, when she's like going to hang out with
Oh, yep.
Josh, the
Yeah.
music, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
dude,
watching it
and
now. Yeah.
the beat just drops, and it's just like them hanging. Oh, dude. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's just we're gonna take a quick cut, and we're just gonna appreciate this real quick. So I gotta watch this again, bro. I'm sorry.
It is really good.
It's really good, right? Like the music. Just wait till like the beat drops. It's oh,
Damn.
it's so good.
Dude, and see, like I was so happy watching this, man. I was
Dude.
so happy because I was like, man, Josh is my guy. This is working out. This is sick.
Dude,
Oh
I
my
know.
god.
Like I think it's when they kiss when they're watching the movie and the beat drops when they're driving like back home or something. It is oh, it's so good, dude. I'm watching it right now. It's so good. I can't. I'm obsessed with this. Oh,
She
this
texted
music's
in the
so
office,
good.
bro. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, and that's the way to start off the episode. That's crazy.
Amazing, bro. Amazing. When I saw that, I was hooked. I was like, I love this episode. I'm like, I don't care what they do with it. I'm so invested. It
Dude,
was
you're
amazing.
actually so right now. This is fantastic.
I
This is
told you,
like
bro.
I'm borderline. I got chills. This is
I
so good.
know. I
This is
know,
actually really good.
dude. Like it almost made me want to cry how good it was. A fantastic. I think that is like the my favorite thing that we've gotten out of the past like 3 or 4 Disney Plus shows we've gotten, dude.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, I can't think of anything else in Miss Marvel that made me feel as like giddy as that. I mean, there was also like obviously amazing things in there. I mean, you can go back and listen to like Miss Marvel episode 1 and 2, like review
Yeah.
and reaction. But Moon Knight, I mean, I think seeing Layla suit up was so dope. Like I like shouted, and like obviously Moon Knight suiting up. But like this, I mean, they build up so much to it. They give us last episode when she tries to be She-Hulk because she thinks people will like that, and then they really just want to see Jen. Well, a couple episodes before that, people just wanted to see She-Hulk, so she can't find this balance, and then she finally finds this guy who's like, you know what, I like you as Jen, and if you want to be She-Hulk, that's cool also. And so we build up to this all season just to get like this fire montage of them hanging out. She finally finds this guy she's hitting it off with, and then boom, he goes to her. And then obviously we see at the end of the episode, like more about it. But like, I mean, just that scene, bro. Like, I'm a sucker for things like that. You put some
Oh
good
yeah.
music behind a
Yeah.
scene like that.
No, yeah, and I'm a sucker for like the romance stuff like that. Like, bro, knock me if you want. I'm a dude. I love rom-coms. I don't
Oh
care,
yeah,
bro. This type of that's why I was rooting for Josh. I was rooting for Josh and I was rooting for Jen because of Josh. Like I was so and
yeah,
she describes it later in this episode perfectly. And that's why and for me it hit so hard. I teared up watching this episode when she had that monologue thing at the end. Not, I guess not really a monologue, but when she had her chance to let her emotions pour out.
yeah,
I was like, this is what I was hoping for this entire time. Like I think I talked about it last episode that we recorded that I was worried they were going to waste it. It wasn't going to live up to the potential, but it did. It absolutely did. And I'm so happy that it did, but I'm
yeah,
jumping ahead of myself. This was a fantastic way to open the episode. I completely agree with you.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
seeing her happy like this. And then with this
It's
music
great,
choice
dude.
is,
I feel like she's a sister or something, dude. And or
yeah,
like I
dude.
feel like she's my
Yeah.
best friend, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, you go. I mean, they're paying it off so well, which I knew they would do. I did kind of get nervous there for a second because of how back and forth she was going, but like this episode, like when she sits there with that ragtag group of like heroes. Like at first I was kind of like they're just I was like I don't want to say
I
I
was like,
wasn't
this is
feeling them.
so weird, campy. I was
Yeah,
like, I'm not
yeah.
feeling this, but they made me feel it by the end, and that's
Just
what I
so
love
good,
about
dude.
it. Yeah.
And like how she tells him, she's like, "Are y'all two married or something?" And then they're like, "All right, you got to switch seats." And he's like, "Oh." He's
Are
like, "You
you
see what you
happy
did?"
now? Are
Yeah.
you happy now? I was like, dude, that was perfect. That's when I was like, okay, these guys are funny. These guys are cool.
Yeah, and they're just like they're so supportive, dude. And it's just like, ah, this is what I wanted for Jen so bad. I wanted this so bad. And like how she's just hitting it off with everybody and she sits there venting and they're just like, "Look, I think you just need to cut him off. Like you know you don't deserve that." And even
Yeah.
Emil like he's just sitting there like supporting it and just leading it on and it was just so much fun. By the end of it, I didn't even care that we spent like 3/4 of the episode doing that. I was like,
No,
dude, I wish we
yeah.
could spend more. Give me another episode with them. Like,
This is the type of stuff I don't understand. People that they probably watched this and they're like, look what they did to Abomination. Like he's not the roaring angry rage monster that he used to that we know and love. And it's like, dude, I mean, you can have that dichotomy. Like the characters
yeah,
aren't just one thing, you know?
yeah,
And also, I mean, who knows if we might get that back eventually, you know, whatever happens with Emil. I'm sure maybe we'll see him again someday. Who knows? But
yeah,
if that's what you watch this scene and you take away from, that's what you come out of this scene from, that's crazy to me. That's
yeah,
insane. There's so much else happening there, and I love everything about it. Even with the Emil stuff, because
yeah,
I don't care. I like Abomination, like, yeah, that's cool. We got little bits of him, but like obviously we haven't seen him fight anybody, but I don't think that's what this is for. Like this is about She-Hulk, and that's what they did with this episode. They made it about her and her
yeah,
struggles and what she's gone through so far. And I've seen people comparing, or not comparing, but they're the build up, because hopefully Daredevil's going to be in this episode coming up
yeah.
tomorrow night or whatever.
Uh,
Next,
Wednesday night.
yeah, Wednesday night.
We're
Excuse me.
not Wednesday no more.
I wish, bro.
No.
But because that halfway season trailer that they released with Daredevil saying how she can help people as both Jen and She-Hulk, that's like the perfect thing to add on to the realization that she came to in this episode, that She-Hulk, she shouldn't look at She-Hulk uh, as such a crutch, I guess,
Yeah,
because that's like the only way she can feel appreciated. And then so Daredevil's going to teach her how she can appreciate both of sides of herself, and that's awesome. People,
especially
whoever,
because he's a lawyer
yeah,
too. Sorry. I
yeah,
mean,
no, you're
yeah.
fine. No, that I mean, yeah, that's exactly I mean, that's where I was going with it. It's just
Mhm.
like I feel like it finally is clear what they are, what the writers and the creators of the show are trying to do, and I love it because of that.
Yeah,
It's clear this time, and that's what I was talking about with episode 6. It wasn't clear. It seemed all over the place, and it couldn't make up its mind. But this just seems very straight to the point,
yeah,
even though we're still dragging on the blood stuff a little bit because with the
yeah,
Josh thing at the end, which is a little bit more of where I lax. But again, I'm jumping
yeah.
ahead.
But even then, I mean, dude, there's no lawyer stuff at all. It's just straight Jen. She talks to Nikki for a little bit, and then the rest is her meeting a meal, having that sit down with everyone, and then going back home. Like
Yeah,
that's it. And I that's perfect, dude. That's perfect. We don't need a case of the week, especially with characters that people really don't care about. I mean, I really don't care about the Immortal or the elf from Asgard or Titania, especially not Titania. I don't find her compelling at all. And so when we get just an episode of just Jen with these ragtag group of villain or heroes and stuff that like sit down with her and they're like, "Oh, this Josh dude is ghosting you. We'll kill him." And he'd be like, we'll bring this sword out and I'll suck his blood or whatever." It's just like it adds so much to her character and builds her up so much to where I kind of just wish we had stuff like this throughout the whole season. We don't need Titania there suing her. You know, that lasted a couple 2 episodes and then that was it. We don't need that. You can just cut all that out. Um, give us more things like this, dude.
yeah. Even though we going into this, we thought it was just going to be another stupid throwaway thing, but like when I saw those two fighting and them hit her car, I was like, all right,
Yeah,
well, I'm kind of checked out. Like this is
yeah,
crazy. But that whole just sitting in that room having that discussion, it was amazing. That's it was I can't give it enough praise because this is my favorite episode of the show so far, and
yeah. Even
it
just
I mean,
talking about it right now, I can appreciate it so much
yeah,
more. Yeah.
definitely,
I
definitely.
I wish I would have. I went to go to record my reaction because I was like, okay, if there's something cool in here, like I want to catch it. I want to record my reaction. I wish I kept the video because like as soon as that montage scene at the beginning happened, bro, I was sitting here. I was just like, oh, dude, I was dancing my ass off, and I wish I would have saved it, but I think I went back and deleted it because I think that's when I was making my Dahmer video also, but
Oh, okay.
I was making my Dahmer video. I turned on She-Hulk, and then I stepped away from She-Hulk for a little bit, finished my Dahmer video, and then in the morning I recuperated and watched She-Hulk. So, um, but I was sitting here dancing, bro. I love it. I love that intro so much.
It is really, really good. I was also I kind of liked the aspect of her, like you touched on a little bit with the showing up like with the text and showing that she has no service and that sort of thing. I liked that she was sitting around waiting for the. I feel like this gave proper quote unquote tension to
Hmm.
the episode because I wanted to see a text too.
I've
I was still
yeah.
trying to convince myself that Josh wasn't an asshole. So I was like, "Yo, please, Josh, like, just please just tell me you're like reconsidering." And I also to add on to the texting when they're in the group room and she's like telling them everything that she texted the guy, and they're like, "Oh my god, why would you do that? What is wrong with you?" I was like, "Dude, this is perfect. This is great.
Dude,
This is
yeah,
awesome." Because like that's what happens. You're like you'll be roasting like, dude, no way you sent that. Like that's
yeah,
insane, you know. And
yeah.
so it just added a lot of human elements and made it feel a lot more connected. And that's obviously what that needed because I was so immediately checked out by these two weird looking guys
Goofballs.
fighting, yeah, and just saying dumb things. But then you add that human element to them, and it's just it makes it. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to like, you can turn us around still. Like even like you can we can not be so or we can be so checked out and be so reserved in how we feel about this, but then you can still bring us back in by making all the right moves.
Hmm.
I actually really wish Ben was on this episode because I know he didn't like this, and I want to he didn't like this episode, and I
I
want to
want to
know why he
gang
didn't
up on
like it.
him. Yeah, gang up on him and roast him. Nah, yeah, dude. I mean, there's so much shots just lingering on her face. Like when she's talking to them, they'll show it from like the from behind one of the guys, and it's like their line of view to Jen, and you can see Jen from behind them. And she's like, there's a lot of moments where she sits there and she looks at them, and she looks down and kind of like shakes her head like damn, like, and you could tell it's really getting to her. And I was just watching right now, even when she says bye to Emil Blonsky, she gets in the car, she shuts the door, and the we can see her through the rearview mirror, and she's kind of just sitting there, and like you could tell she's just thinking, and she kind of like smiles and nods like all right, like, and I love those subtle details. She even looks out the window and starts like smiling all big. And it's not because Josh, no guy is making her smile that big. She's smiling that big because she finally feels understood and heard, and she knows she's worth way more than what some dude not texting her back means. And
Yeah,
to see her and to see how she comes to feel about that, because this whole season, it's been like, I don't want. Let me try and find a good way of putting this. I'm not trying to say she feels like she needs male validation because I don't think that's the case. But she feels like if she doesn't feel that from other people, or if she feels like she needs to be one thing or another to other people, that then they'll appreciate her. She just needs to be herself. And I'm happy that they're finally building more on that, and that they're showing us scenes like this to where they're telling her, dude, block his ass. If he's ghosting you after like hitting and quitting it, like, dude, like, block him and find someone that's worth your while, someone that is gonna make you, feel the way you deserve to feel. And to see her smile that big, just looking out the window, and it's not coming from some guy on Tinder, or it's not coming from some dude that's pretending to like her to get her blood. Like,
just the
I
fact
think
that
that's
she has resolved her issues with herself and
yes.
with She-Hulk.
and that she's the fact that she's smiling about something like that, perfect. You know, I
Yeah.
think that makes me happy, and that makes me love this episode and moments like that a lot.
That's what's made the build up to this moment. So it's I don't want to say that it's enhanced the build up, I guess, but it made the build up worth it. And
Yeah,
because it was so long, like episode 7 now, and we just got to it, but still the payoff was great. I'm not trying to take away from that at all. Payoff was
yeah,
absolutely fantastic. I'm actively praising it, but just it took a while to get here, but it still made it all worth it. And that's what
yeah,
I another thing that I super appreciate from all of this.
yeah.
Um, I
Completely
won't
agree.
lie. I'm gonna sound real dumb for this. I know he's in the comics. I didn't know that beforehand though. Thought he was just a dumb character, Porcupine. When they had it all like dramatized when he's pulling off the mask, I was sitting there thinking like Ben Grimm, Ben Grimm.
Oh,
I was like,
dude.
but then I was like, you know what? That seems dumb. There's no way they do that right
Oh,
here.
wow. I didn't even consider that.
Yeah,
I think at this point, I was thinking about this on the way coming home from class today. Um, I don't think there's a chance in hell we see the
yeah,
thing in this. I mean, because let's see, we have 2 episodes left. Like, I don't know, unless they pull it off, but like just seeing um, all the footage that we have left to see, such as like Frogman, her at that like movie red carpet premiere, stepping out there, Daredevil, all the scenes with Daredevil. I don't see how they fit Ben Grimm into there unless it's like a tease because She Hulk did work with the Fantastic Four
yeah,
um, in the comics, like she was part of it. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. It'll be interesting, but I just don't know where people would get that. I mean, I know where the rumor came from, but how do you just like Ben Grimm of everybody? Unless I don't know. It's shocking to me, especially because we're this late in the season now.
yeah. We still
And
gotta
they
get
they
Frogman.
they did show his shoes, and that was the only Fantastic Four member they showed in that post in the credits. They showed
True.
the Thing's shoes, so they aren't. I don't. I don't know. It's but yeah, Frogman too. I mean, I don't know. I will say one thing, like, oh, you know what? I just snapped, dude. I was gonna say one more thing is I don't see how her and Josh, like after she's leaving back home, like all of a sudden they're just back together and they slept together. It says 3 days earlier. I never
Yeah.
caught that until literally
Oh.
just right now watching it. I was like, oh, so he already has her. He's been had her blood. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. That makes a lot of sense. Also, the way he types, like who types in emojis? Who?
I know
Like,
they both did. She did that. She did that too.
yeah.
While she was at the office, I think.
I feel
It's
like that's such like a millennial thing. Like, oh, teens these days definitely will text like
yeah.
this.
Yeah. I've never once done that in my life,
like
unless I'm
oh
just sending like laughing, crying faces or something. Like
yeah,
I'm just laughing at something. That's it. Like I
yeah.
don't.
Like imagine being like, hey Aiden, what do you do when you want to record She-Hulk tonight? And I just put eyes emoji, movie camera emoji, popcorn emoji. Well, what the fuck are you trying to say? Do you
I
want to
don't
record
like.
tonight or not?
I don't know where that notion came from. If anybody does that, bro, you got to be sick in the head. What are you doing? You can't be serious right
That's what
now.
I feel like that's such a millennial thing to do. Like I feel like that's stuff like that my mom does, like I like genuinely or like I don't know. Like I think I remember one time my dad sent me this like random emoji and he was like, I bet you've never seen this emoji before. And it was like one of those obscure emojis. And I was just
Yo,
like, what are you talking about, dude? What are you texting me this for? I'm in school right now. And I feel like that's such a millennial thing to do. Also, he was copying data from her phone. That's kind of an
yeah,
interesting thing
yeah,
to keep an eye on. And then
yeah. I
takes a
wonder what
selfie
that
of
was
her
for.
sleeping naked.
Yeah, yeah. Why did he need to take
Oh,
the picture? I guess just for proof to the Hulk King or whatever.
yeah. And then okay, who's the Hulk King? Let's speculate.
Yeah. As much as
Leader?
it, yeah, probably, probably. But my only thing with that is like, I mean, I guess maybe he's advanced his secure channels, but I'm just looking back to Incredible Hulk and the way he talked to Bruce. Like it was always like a very, very plain background, secure, like I text, you text type thing.
Yeah.
Um, rather than it looks like this is like instant messaging.
Yeah.
But maybe he's enhanced his encryption type thing as technology's advanced. Who knows? But as
Who's
much
your
as
number
you
one thought?
hate to
Yeah.
hear it, it's probably has to do with the Tinder date guy. To be honest,
Dude, I would hate that so much, bro. That dude is such a fucking dweeb, dude.
yeah.
I don't want that at all. I don't care about his character. I don't find him compelling. I don't think that would be like a oh my gosh, I did not even think about that. No, it's like I don't care about him. He's such a loser. I
One that I
actually
think will sorry to cut you off. One
no,
that I
you're
think
good.
will be a shock is I think that other lawyer woman is against Jen as
I'm
well. That was
sus.
with Nikki
I'm very sus on her. Yeah,
because she was way too quick, like telling Nikki, "Nah, don't tell Jen about
yeah,
intelligentsia." It's like why
yeah.
she needs to keep her happy place or whatever she said. She needs
What
to
does
be
that
good
even mean,
mentally.
dude?
Like, why do you care how she feels mentally now? You guys used to not like each other. Like, why
Exactly.
do you
Yeah.
care? So
Yeah. I really don't know, man. I hope it's something that's like well formulated. I hope it's something that's like really like thought out, you know?
yeah,
I would
I
hate if it's
agree.
just like, hey, it's Timmy, the Tinder date you went on that was just like really weird looking and was a creep, you know, like but at the same time, like I can just imagine someone like Josh fucking bitch ass working with him. Like I can see that, dude. I can see them all being like these incels, trying to get Hulk's blood, She Hulk's blood. Like I can see it, and I hate that I can.
Yeah, I think it's like the group of them. I think it's three of them working together,
Yeah.
trying to make it happen. I
Oh
will. I won't lie. I thought the guy in the who
yeah.
attacked her was in the wrecking crew. I thought he was going to be lying. I thought he
That's
was just
that's
there.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. I'm glad. I really hope he isn't like. Okay, so I saw a little theory that I saw a theory that Emil and the group of the heroes that she went on that retreat with, it was all like a ploy to get her there and convince her to delete his number so that like they're basically kind of working with Josh
Mhm.
and working with like the incel Reddit subreddit, whatever. It was basically a ploy to get her to get there, to convince her that he's no good for her and that she should delete his contact. That way she has no way of like tracing him back, or she has no way of contacting him because like she doesn't know his number. I mean, a lot of people were replying to this person saying like, well, like like if she deletes the contact, it still keeps the number and the messages, so she would have to delete that as well. And even then, like she might even still be able to contact him through social media. I don't know, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that it didn't make me think a bit. Um, that maybe it was just a ploy to get her to um, delete his contact information so that she has no way of tracing it back to him.
That's a good thought. I didn't see that, and I never thought of that.
I
That's
kind of hope not because I really want to pull through for those
yeah,
guys.
those guys. Yeah, they made me like them. I don't want to turn
Yeah,
around and like start hating them now. Um, that's interesting though. I could see that being a thing, but then I wonder if Emil would be in on it as well then,
yeah.
or if they all just like used Emil's place to get what they wanted.
Well, I feel like Emil would kind of have to be in on it because his thing went off. Like he abominationed out, like hulked out, which tipped off his parole officer, which tipped off Jen to go down there and see what's going on. All for them to just find out that it was a malfunction. I don't really. I just
Yeah,
I
like
don't know if I
he got
buy
a
that.
shock from an electric fence or something. Whatever he
Yeah, or
said.
whatever he said. Yeah, and so I don't know if that is the case, then Emil would definitely be in on it. But then again, I'm blanking. I don't want them to be bad guys, especially
Yeah,
after this episode and everything they helped her out with. It would be
yeah, I
nice though
agree.
if they did help her out, not even knowing that they did, and so she's like, "Dude, y'all helped me out without even knowing. Now I'm way stronger and can kick your ass twice as hard." Like I think that'd be cool, but
Yeah,
I don't know if I want that.
yeah. I don't know. I don't like the idea. but it's definitely plausible and something I definitely didn't think of. I feel like I never think too deeply when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I don't either. That's why I should have said I saw someone else say it. I mean, like I said, I'm just like, I trusted them. I wanted to see them happy. I want to see Jen happy. So I was like, yeah, I like them, you know?
Yeah, I'm down
Um,
with them.
yeah.
But I wanted to touch on her.
Whoa.
Actually, okay, all right, bro. That's a wrap on the podcast. Thank y'all for listening today. I
Dog,
hate you
you
so
paused too
much.
long, dog. You want me to
I
do?
was trying to get to the spot in the episode.
Oh shit.
um,
Oh god.
but anyway, I I want to touch on her monologue.
There we go.
What she talked about, because this again just speaks to Tatiana Maslany and her performance and everything she does to grip us into her as a character of Jen and She-Hulk.
Yeah.
um, Also, it was just very relatable. Like she opened with, that friend that you have in high school that's just like athletic, super cool, way better
More
than you at
attractive than
everything.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, bro, like you
Yeah.
speaking to me right now. Um,
Hmm.
and I was like immediately locked in, and just everything she said was just making me more and more happy about because I'm sitting there, everything she's speaking about, I can think back to an episode in which I'm imagining she felt that way.
Yeah.
Um, where she says it feels like cheating using She-Hulk in this way. That's
Yeah.
what, like, she got this job out of nowhere when she had no job, and it's because of She-Hulk. And obviously that would feel like cheating in some sort of way, especially when people don't appreciate you for you as a person, as your normal person, normal self.
Yeah.
And asking the honest question, would people like me if I wasn't She-Hulk? And then what made me hammer home this whole Josh thing is like, if she said it felt really good to know that someone liked Jen for Jen and not
Yeah.
just for She-Hulk. And that was just like the hammer that came down on my heart for her, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was just, this whole entire scene was fantastic. This is what I was hoping to get from this show. I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this episode at all.
Yeah.
Other than us in our little circle. And so
Yeah.
it sucks because I really feel like this has been the best one, just with what
Yeah.
everything. This scene is just such a standout for me. And then you combine that, because I didn't even consider the montage scene, that you combine the
Yeah.
montage scene with this is a
Well,
fantastic episode.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like they're kind of saying it without saying it that he liked her just for her, because that whole montage, she's not once She-Hulk. She's always Jen.
Yeah.
And which is why, like, it makes her so happy. Like, yeah, like she was happy with that Tinder date, but it was a Tinder date that swiped on She-Hulk specifically, and then ghosted her the next morning because she wasn't in She-Hulk form.
Yeah.
So she finds this dude who she met as Jen, who he saw turn into She-Hulk, didn't really care, supported it, and then went back to Jen and still talked to her.
Yep.
Does this whole montage where she's just Jen, like that kind of makes it sting even more that he still ghosts her, because then it makes her feel like, then what do I do? I'm
Yeah.
She-Hulk, and people just want She-Hulk, and then I'm Jen. Someone likes me for Jen, and I get ghosted again. Like I can feel for her a lot in that like aspect, and that's what makes me feel so bad for her.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually a really great point that you're bringing up. She was never She-Hulk in any of that opening montage, and just the fact
Yeah.
that she was happy dealing with another guy, and because every other guy that we've seen her deal with, she's very visibly unhappy, and this is the one guy that she's actually happy with, and then he's just a piece of shit. So
Yeah.
excuse my
Yeah.
language.
It's unfortunate. I really, really hope she finds someone by the end of this episode, or even just gets to the point where she's like, you know what, I don't need anyone. Either or, like, I hope
And that
she solves it.
Yeah, and that's like another thing. I guess I want to reiterate what I just said, because it's not the fact that it's not about the guy. It is about the guy liking her for her, but it's more about her than it is about him. and
Yeah.
it's because that he likes her for her that she feels happy, because this is the only person that has, since this She-Hulk thing happened, that has liked her for her, or at least she thought. And so
Yeah.
the that's what makes this great. It's not because she needed the affirmations from a man. It's just this was the only person that gave her those affirmations, other than like Nikki, I guess. But even Nikki is like, oh, you got to do this in your She-Hulk way. We gotta get you some She-Hulk clothes. We got She-Hulk this,
Yeah.
She-Hulk that. Um, this is the only person that is, even like her own parents, just asking her to like move water
Yeah.
bottles and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, this is just like a really full circle great thing that I know I keep saying it, but like this is just it's really great. It's these are like the emotional things that I cling to when it comes to these. Dude, even bro, I'm listening to it right now. Even like the felt good to know that the way she, like, her voice chokes up.
Yeah.
Tatiana Maslany, bro. Give it to her. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Give her the
She's
Emmy.
she's phenomenal, dude. Yeah, like I said, bro, like she is one of, if not the best part of this entire show. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't work if she wasn't as good as she is. Straight up. Um, so I can really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, that about covers everything, huh?
Yeah, I think so. She goes into the yurt and uh
I did like how
has
they
a
sent her off with the little um greeting card, goodbye card, where it was
yeah.
like, "Bye, Jen, we'll miss you" or whatever. I thought that was very nice.
And yeah, she goes, yeah, and then it's just the flashback of Josh, and then no post credit scene. So yeah, that's overall. Just to touch on both episodes. Episode 6, no. Episode 7,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
And
basically,
that's in the most simple terms. But yeah, episode 6, it was just more of the same. Like we talked about, it just wasn't very, bless you. It just wasn't
thank you.
very thorough and as concise and clear as to what it wanted. And then episode 7 completely turned it on its, and it's actually crazy to me how it's almost like Moon Knight was for me. Like, I was so checked out on Moon Knight, but then episode 5 comes along and completely ropes me in, just
Hmm.
with this sheer emotional tension and emotional connection that was made within that episode. And then so
Yeah,
this one is like the same sort of thing. I mean, I wasn't completely. There was some good episodes of the show beforehand, but episode 6 was such a low, and then to come up to here, which is the highest point of the show, is crazy to me. So
yeah, yeah. I feel the same way. I really did not like episode 6. Episode 7 banger. I mean, we've pretty much said everything there is that needs to be said about these two episodes. I thought it was phenomenal. I'm excited for this week's episode. I really wish it was tonight, but that I could just stay up all night and watch She-Hulk tonight. But we'll
yeah,
see. I'm excited to see where they go. I'm also very interested to see how they close it out and what they end up doing with this like Hulk King person.
yeah,
I feel like that has a chance to make or break the back half of this show. I already know it's gonna be fire because we're gonna get some Deadpool in there, or Deadpool, Daredevil, and we're gonna get to see Jen get affirmation from him too. Like, after these ragtag group of villain or heroes, she's gonna turn around and get some wise words from the most smooth speaking man uh, in the north. What is it? Northeast. Um, so I'm excited to see him come in and help her out as well, and just to even see him, um, and then see how they close off and what they end up doing, because that
yeah,
is very important.
yeah. Good thing Josh is gone. Make room for the real king.
Oh, dude,
Have Murdoch,
imagine
my brother.
imagine Daredevil whoops Josh's ass. That shit would be awesome.
Yo.
That'd be I I
Damn.
hope
Okay.
I hope he's. It doesn't seem like it, and I think I've even heard some things that say that he's. Oh, you know what? No, maybe I take that back. Because didn't Jessica Gao say that she played? They got to do a lot of fun stuff with episode 8 and 9.
Yeah, I
So then
remember that.
maybe he's in both of those
Both
episodes.
episodes. Yeah.
Because before that thought just came into my mind, I was like, I was really just expecting him to be in 8, and that's it, based on how these past 2 episodes were going.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then maybe he was. Maybe it wasn't Ben Grimm. I'm starting to let go of that. Like,
Yeah, I don't see that with if
there's no
Daredevil
way.
still has to come in, yeah, and then Frogman too, which I think Frogman's just gonna be a short thing though, but
Yeah,
still, I think Daredevil is enough. I don't think we're
yeah.
gonna throw in the Thing as well.
I mean, Matt Murdock could be Frogman. He could be in the suit.
Yeah,
No, but
I
you know that,
remember.
yeah, that happened in the comics. That'd be honestly, dude. I don't put it past this show for them doing something like that. I
That's what he's
don't.
wearing until he can get the red and yellows or something.
Oh my god, yes, dude. Yeah.
Well,
Whole.
why a frog? I guess he's blind, so he wouldn't know technically. Um,
Yeah. They're like, trust me, it's a super dope outfit, dude. I swear. It's like, all right, bet. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I just wanted to put that out there in case it happens, and I can be like, I called it.
yeah, you're on
I had
this
to.
high after the Josh thing. You got to call
That's
everything now.
a beautiful call out, dude. I was like, I don't trust him. I know my
You're crazy,
thing.
bro. You're crazy. Josh is a G.
Mm-mm.
Look at me. Look at me now. I would have been just like Jen, waiting for his text.
Yeah. And I'd have been like, nah, this man's no good. I deserve bigger and better.
Yeah, but to close us out, I think we said we were going to talk about a little something.
Bam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Came out of nowhere. This was
Yes.
absolutely. I was at work, and then all of a sudden, I started getting tagged in a bunch of stuff on Twitter, and I was like, "What is happening right now?"
Yeah.
And I almost didn't want to believe it at first because, like, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman, they joke around all the time. They've made these little joking videos towards each other.
Yeah.
But then you watch it and it's in such like the coolest way possible. Like he
Oh
just
yeah.
walks past. He's like, "Sure, Ryan." Oh
Dude,
my god.
it was so good, bro. My girlfriend's brother-in-law texted me. He was like, Deadpool 3 trailer just dropped. And I was like, shut up. I was like, shut up. And he was like, I wish I was kidding. And I was like, no fucking way. And I was like, I was like, bro, I'm gonna go home real quick. I'm gonna take my lunch, bro. I'll be right back. Clocked out, zoomed home. I was like, no way, bro. It was so good, dude. So damn good, and it came out of nowhere.
No, yeah. And I know they had already talked about before that Deadpool 3 was originally going to be like this road trip film
Yeah.
between Deadpool and Wolverine. And I've seen, and so it looks like that they're still sticking with that, which is good. And I've seen some people say that they think Hugh Jackman is still just going to be like I just listened to the, I mean, I guess I'm plugging another podcast, but the Real Talk podcast, they talked about it and they think that he's going to just be in there for like 2 scenes, like literally a cameo. But why would you advertise it in this way if that were the
Yeah,
case?
no, you would
I mean,
keep that
obviously,
under
I understand why
wraps.
you'd advertise it in if that really were the case. You'd want more people to come in and spend money on the movie. But I don't see that happening.
No,
There's no
there's no
way.
way.
He's definitely going to be like a secondary main character.
Yeah,
And if he was, I would actually legitimately be pissed off. If it was just a cameo, I would be so
I bet
mad.
you wasted him, bro. You should have
Yeah.
let him rest. His character, and that's the other thing. I'm still kind of iffy on it. I'm very excited because I love Hugh Jackman, and it would be so hard to replace him. So who other to bring him in and have a buddy cop movie than fucking Deadpool, bro? So
Yeah.
I'm hyped, right? I'll leave it there. I'm hyped, but I can't lie and say that I'm not worried that they're gonna undermine or quote unquote ruin Logan's ending, because I think that is Logan is my favorite comic book movie ever. Nothing comes close to Logan besides Into the Spider-Verse, right? So I it would be such a letdown to see like one of the greatest endings to a character in all of superhero media get undermined because they want to bring him back to the multiverse. I saw somebody, I think it was Straw Hat Goofy, and he was like, here's what they do. He goes in right before Logan is about to die and get stabbed, and he pulls him out. No, 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 no. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but fuck no. I don't want that. Pull him from like X-Men Origins. Pull him from like wherever, bro. Wherever. Pull him from like um Days of Future Past. I don't care. Like, just don't ruin Logan's ending. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm so scared of that.
Yeah.
You know.
And also, he's literally he's in the gym right now. There's pictures of him training again.
Yeah.
He's gonna train. You think he's training this hard for just a 2-minute, like a 2-second, 2-scene
Hell
cameo?
no.
No,
No.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. So yeah, he's definitely gonna be in the movie. And this is, I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't want them to touch Logan at all. And so I hope that what they said in that video is true. I don't. The point that they brought up, Ryan and Hugh, they said like that story takes place in 2099. I feel like that doesn't alleviate my concern though. Like just the fact that
Yeah.
it takes place in the future doesn't mean, because if you rip him out of the timeline before it happens, it's still the same kind of thing, unless like
Yeah.
you bring him back, I guess. But um, and I guess there wouldn't really be any plot holes if they brought him back, because it wouldn't be like Wolverine randomly. Oh, remember when I traveled the multiverse with Deadpool that one time? Like that
Yeah.
type of thing. So it didn't quite alleviate all of my worry in that video, but I'm sure I have faith. Uh, it'll probably be some other multiversal Wolverine.
Yeah.
Um, Probably not even connected to the Fox universe at all, like some separate one.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know where they would pull from.
Or
Maybe
like
I've seen
a
like the 90s show, they might pull them out of there or something, but
yeah. Well, even like how they did to Charles Xavier, like is that Charles Xavier from Logan? Is that Charles? No, we don't know. It's just a Charles Xavier in the multiverse. That was that loud?
no.
Okay, I was just like smacking my microphone. It's just a Charles Xavier out there in the multiverse from some random universe. Okay, do that um with Logan. Just do it with him.
Yeah.
Don't touch his universe. Just pull him out of some random universe where it just so happens to look like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. Um, because I just think that movie is just way too precious to just undermine for the sake of like fan service, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so I'm all for it. Just don't touch my baby. Don't touch my baby. All right.
100% agree. 100% agree. And I can't wait to see what comes of this little buddy cop movie. I'm hoping, well, not hope. I don't want to say I'm hoping, I guess, but I was originally thinking like, oh, like what if this is like the real multiverse of madness? They're like multiverse hopping, trying to get to the MCU, and like we see all these different,
Yeah.
like we see like I don't know the X-Men '90s universe, and we see Deadpool in that style of animation, which would be cool. That type of
Well,
thing.
didn't they cancel that Deadpool animated show where Childish
Yeah,
Gambino was supposed to voice um,
dude, that looked so
Wade
cool.
Wilson?
That looked so cool. Like the
Yeah,
animation style on that was super
so
super
that'd be
cool.
dope. They visit that universe
Yeah,
and he
imagine then
can
like
make a little joke about it,
then it's like if it got popular enough, they actually greenlight the show. That'd
and
be
they
so.
can like kind
To
of
have this
tease it.
twice for Deadpool, that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
That'd be so
yeah,
cool.
that'd be dope.
Um, but yeah, I don't quite know what because obviously they have to get to the MCU somehow. I don't know how that's gonna work. People are thinking like Kang would pull him out, but I don't know why Kang would do that. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's not till
Yeah,
2024, which kind of sucks.
yeah.
Just like, um,
But dude, we are going to eat.
no, yeah,
Oh my god,
2024
we are
is a
going to eat.
year. 2024 is a year. That is
Hell
insane.
yeah, dude.
Like somebody pointed out that Spider-Verse 3 I didn't even remember that. Spider-Verse 3 comes out in 2024.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
that's like on top of everything else. That 2024 is going to be insane. That
Jesus,
is my
dude.
one goal in life at this moment.
I
Make it to
need to
24.
live.
Do not
I need
die.
to
I
live.
cannot die. I
Oh my
cannot.
god.
Oh
I
my gosh.
We got Fantastic Four. We got Deadpool. We got like Thunderbolts. We got Captain America. What did you say? Spider Verse 3.
Spider-Verse 3, yeah.
Oh my god. And
And
then
I think because I think Thunderbolts is supposed to be the last one of Phase 5, and so unless that's going to get moved
mm,
around because of
you're right.
Deadpool,
You're right.
so and then Fantastic Four starts Phase 6, and Fantastic Four comes out November 2024. They said so.
When wow, what did Deadpool say? He just said
It said
2024,
it said September 9th,
September 9th.
2024.
That's it, right?
So if unless Deadpool is now going to be the last film, that would mean Thunderbolts would have to come out in October. You tell me 3 MCU movies in 3 months?
Yeah.
That'd be insane. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. That
Well,
would be
yeah.
I'd love that. I would love that. I know other people are like, "Oh, quantity over quality." Shut up. But
Fuck
like, yeah, no, 100%.
that.
I don't know that's what makes it. I don't think they would do that though. I mean, then again, I wouldn't think that they would release 2 Avengers films in one year, but they're doing that. So
Going crazy, dog.
uh I
Damn.
wouldn't think they would do that. So I think Thunderbolts might be the second to last Phase 5 movie, and this might be the last Phase 5 movie, is what I'm thinking now. But
Damn. September. Oh my god. September, October, and then November, dude. We have to keep this podcast running until at least then.
100%, 100%,
Dude. Oh, we're about to go
100%,
crazy.
dude.
Uh,
So much content,
yeah,
so
dude. Even
much.
just
It's
like,
insane.
oh man, I'm just there's so much stuff that I'm just like itching for, dude. I can't wait for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever at all. I need that movie now. Um, should we do an episode on Black Adam too?
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, even if it's ass. I can't lie though, dude. I need that movie to come out because I'm tired of seeing that damn trailer every time I go watch a movie. I'm
Dude,
getting
somebody made the
so
funniest TikTok video I've ever seen. Not the funniest, but it was so funny. He was making fun of the marketing for Black Adam, and then he was like, "Wait, but you're a hero. You're not supposed to kill people." And he's like, "I'm no hero." And then he zooms in, and he's like, and then he like looks around, and he does another, but heroes save people. And he's like, "I'm no savior." And then he does
and it has like the vine booms.
no, and then the last time it zooms in on him, he's like, "Whoa, this shit was written by a kindergartner." I was like, "Yo, that's so funny, bro. That's so
Oh
funny
my
because it's so true. That's been the marketing like the whole time, pretty much. The
dude,
hierarchy of
seriously.
power."
It's the marketing, bro, is so weird. I'm just
Yeah, Beyond the Spider-Verse comes out March 29th, 2024, as of right now.
okay. Oh my god, bro.
That's insane.
We're about to
That's insane.
feast. Oh man. Yeah, I'm excited for Black Adam just so that I can stop seeing that same damn trailer play every single time I want to go watch a movie. I went to the movie a lot. I went and saw a double feature with Don't Worry Darling and Pearl, and then I went again to go watch Smile. Every single time I saw that damn trailer, it's a good trailer. It looks awesome. The movie looks cool. But damn, I just say da 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 da. I'm like, stop, dude. I'm so tired of hearing it.
Hey, Dwayne wants you to go out and see it, brother.
I'm going to
Wait,
like
when's it come out? Like next week,
I'm
right?
pretty sure like this is it the 7th? Let's see. Today's
Oh, is it this Friday?
Would that be this week?
That would be this
shit.
Friday. Wait, actually?
Black. Which means they probably have Thursday showings.
Oh, October 21st.
Ah, where did I get the 7th from? What's coming
No,
out?
I was with
7th?
you. I was thinking the 12th, but I'm with you. But the 12th isn't even like a Friday, so that wouldn't make sense. I don't know
Let me
where I got
see.
12 from.
Oh, Amsterdam is coming out October 7th.
Oh,
Holy
okay.
shit, Amsterdam's coming out this week. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I was so excited. I'm so excited for that movie. I heard it was trash though.
Christian Ballet.
It's got a stacked. Timothy Olyphant is in there. Apparently, back to some news. Apparently, Timothy Olyphant has been in talks to play Reed Richards. If y'all don't know who that is, Cobb Vanth from Book of Boba Fett and from The Mandalorian. I like him, and
Yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it.
yeah, I think it'd be cool. He was actually my pick for Doctor Doom, if they didn't go Romani actor. So, yeah,
I don't think there's any Reed Richard castings that I hate.
Yeah,
truthfully.
no. I mean, really, just John Krasinski. But I don't even hate it. I just want to see something different.
He's like he's the least one I would want, but I wouldn't hate it if he got picked though.
Yeah, but that probably wraps it up.
Yeah, I think we
That's
tried
about
to
everything.
stuff in as much as we could as our sort of return episode.
Yeah, we did pretty
So-
good. Only an hour 25. I think there's I think one of our She-Hulk episodes is even longer than this, and I think it was the other double one that we did.
Oh yeah.
But even that, we shoved a lot in. This one we only did 2 episode discussions, and then that one we did 2 episode discussions. This one we shoved in like some news and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, that one was an hour 30. So yeah, had a ton of fun breaking this down. You want to send us off?
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for continuing to listen, even though I know we missed last week's upload. My fault. But
Back on track.
We're better than ever.
For all this time.
we got tons of stuff coming up to talk about. We're gonna have that, like we said, we're gonna have that Black Adam episode coming out. whenever the film comes out later this month. We're looking to do more movie stuff as well, more just regular movies that we both watch. I might have to go see Amsterdam. I saw the trailer for it. I
Pretty cool.
remember, yeah, it looks pretty. I know there's some beef with the director, like he did some pretty messed up stuff. But we'll set that to the side. But anyway, thank you guys so much again. Seriously, if you're on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, please, so you don't miss when we upload. And if you're on Spotify, Apple Music, any other podcast listening platform, and you can't see our wonderful faces, please leave a good review for us. We would really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Or leave a bad one. You know, I like those too. I like reading bad. I like to know how I
Yeah.
can improve, even though you're wrong. You're just wrong. Nothing wrong with us. What can I say?
Facts.
But yeah, thank you guys so much. We are happy to be back. Happy to be talking about Peak once more. We're gonna have another episode of this coming out later this week with the episode that drops in 2 days. With hopefully Daredevil stuff.
Yeah.
I would be very pleased. Which I think we will get him this episode, like we talked about. He's
For
probably going to be
sure.
in both these next two episodes. But these are the last two weeks of She-Hulk, so cherish them. I know a lot of us haven't been liking it, but
Oh, Werewolf by Night. Also,
oh yes, we're
this
gonna
week.
do that. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
When's that? Friday?
I think so. I think it's just like a 50-minute premiere or
Yeah.
50 minutes something. I will say real quick though, I forgot to bring this up earlier. Apparently Marvel wants to do some more special presentations. What I'm taking away
So
from that is that they don't want to do like, the 6 episode format. So like some things that could be a special presentation is like Agatha, the Wonder Man. It could just be like a little hour or like, a little special presentation. Basically what I said in my video, like just making a Disney Plus, you're already going to make the same money you make off of like the Disney Plus show. So just making a movie and throw it on Disney Plus. You don't even have to oversaturate the theater with all these movies. You can just be like, this is a Marvel special hour presentation and then throw it out there. So I think that's what they're doing with Werewolf by Night, is kind of testing out how to go about that. I mean, apparently people love it. It's their favorite thing in Phase 4. So I'm excited to break that down. I
oh,
think,
I haven't seen people say that. That's
oh
crazy.
yeah, a lot of people have been saying that it's like also like kind of gory, and it kind of surprised people with how much it
Is it in
stepped out.
black and white, or was that just for the trailer?
I think so, but they also had like this Wanda like using like chaos
Yeah.
magic. So I don't
And I
know.
thought I remember seeing colored screenshots, so that's
It
why
might
I
be
was
very muted colors.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
assuming. I don't know, but yeah, that one. Oh, also Amsterdam has a 25% critic score on Tomatoes.
Oh, jeez.
I'm still gonna go check it out.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah. So plan on some fun stuff coming up, guys. Lots more stuff to come to. We want to do more creative ideas. Like we were throwing around some like game show stuff. We'll have to get that situated. Hopefully, some more live stream stuff if we can fit that in. Lots of stuff planned. Lots of stuff coming up. As we mentioned, Wakanda Forever. Can't wait for that. That's still a month away, but still, you already know we're gonna be here. We're gonna do a special four
probably
hour episode
cry.
for it. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
probably sit here in tears talking about it.
But seriously, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys for listening every day. All of our She-Hulk episodes have been popping off, so thank you so much. And yeah, that is it for us. We will see you next time. Adios.
Peace.